Hello everyone, Gaza Motkash, and I welcome you all to this session on Query Project and Business Report. So guys, let's have a look at the agenda for this session. The agenda for this session includes writing SQL queries for Query Project data analysis, and then we'll be writing the SQL queries for the KPI and reporting part. So guys, till the previous session, we have seen, let's say, that we have imported a couple of, let's say, CSV files into SQL, and we have identified the problems, and next, we have identified the KPIs as well. So following that, we have also implemented the data cleaning part, right? We have written views for each of these tables, and we have identified the potential KPIs as well. So once views have been generated, we have, let's say, cleansed the data, and we have stored the data as separate CSV files. So moving forward in this session, we'll be, let's say, implementing or we'll be writing the SQL queries to identify the potential KPIs and highlighting its importance and significance. So guys, let's switch to the MySQL workbench window. So guys, this is the data that we have, right? So the cleansed data that we have, so we have these five tables. So we have clean, let's say, video analysis, then we have clean student feedback, then we have the clean course content, and then we have the clean instructors, and lastly we have clean courses. So these are the five tables that we have. So clean courses, then clean instructors, clean course content, then clean student feedback, and clean video analytics, right? These are the five tables that we have. So let's identify the KPIs. The KPIs stand for key performance indicator / index. So we have n number of different tables, and from these tables I've identified n number of potential KPIs. So let's proceed with the implementation, right? So first question over here is over here requires, I want to find the average profile rating per expertise. So in the, if we check the, let's say, clean instructors table, right? If you were to look at the clean instructors table, what is the question demanding? Average profile rating per expertise. So for each of the expertise, what is the average profile rating? So how can we solve this? Over here I'm writing expertise wise round of average profile rating comma 2. I'm rounding it up to 2 decimal places as the average rating from the clean instructors group by the expertise, right? So average rating per expertise is this is the average rating, and if we sort it in the descending order, let's say maybe over here I can write order by average rating descending. All right, this makes more sense. So Python is the most is the highest average rated course, followed by React, then statistics, then Java, then data analysis, and then followed by ML. So the next question that we have is over here is, what is the total number of active instructors? So again, the table from which we need to compute this is the instructors table itself. So very simple problem statement over here. I can simply write select count distinct instructor ID as the total instructor from the clean instructors table. So the total instructors are 22. Next, I need to find the count of courses per category. So for this, we do have the course table. So how many different courses are present? So we can check the count of courses, right? So over here I'm writing category wise count of category wise, let's say count star as the total courses, because I'm counting the category from the clean courses group by category. So for data science, we have 10 different courses. For programming, we have 6. For AI/ML, we have 12. For web development, we have 2. So these are the different courses that we have, right? Next, I want to identify the top 5 highest rated courses with the average feedback rating. So this would need the course and the courses table and the student feedback table as well. So this would require both the tables. So इसके लिए हम क्या करते हैं? First, let's have a look at the courses table. So in the course table, we do have the course ID and the instructor ID. And in the feedback table, again, we have the course ID, right? So based on these two, based on the common column, we'll be combining these two tables. So अगर हम इन दोनों tables को combine करें, so guys, just have a look. What are we implementing over here? Over here, I'm writing I dot instructor ID, I dot name, then count of, this is from the instructor table, right? So I dot instructor ID, I dot name, count of C dot course ID. C is the clean courses table. This is the clean courses table. Now this is the feedback table. So okay, I think I was solving this question. So top 5 highest rated courses. So C dot course ID, then title, then round of average rating up to 2, and then average rating. So this is from the course table, right? So C dot course ID is from the course table, title is also from the course table, and then I'm rounding the rating up to 2 decimal places from the rating table. So over here, or the feedback table, so over here I've written the clean courses as C, and then join clean student feedback as F. And what is the common column? The common column is C dot course ID should match with F dot course ID, right? And then I'm grouping it by the course ID and the title. So from the basis of course ID and title, what is the average rating? All right, and then I've ordered it by, let's say, average rating descending, and I'm limiting it by 5 because I wanted top 5. So let's run this and check. So guys, this is what I'm getting: course ID, title wise, average rating, right? So we are getting 5 courses by highest average rating. The next question is, what is the instructor with the most courses? So over here I need to connect the instructor and the courses. We have already gone through the columns that we have in the instructors and the courses table. So over here, what I'm writing, over here I'm writing select I dot instructor ID, I dot name, then count of C dot course ID as the course count from the clean instructors I, and then I'm joining it by clean courses. I'm joining it by clean courses C on I dot instructor ID is equal to C dot instructor ID, and I'm grouping it by I dot instructor ID and I dot name. So and then I'm ordering it by course count in the descending order. This is the course count. This is the count of course ID that I have that we have for the each instructor and each name. So let's run this. So guys, currently I'm only getting 1. All right, because I'm limiting it by 1. Let's just print the result. So instructor with the most courses would only be 1. So instructor ID 17 is Samantha Klein with 5 courses, and likewise means because this is in descending order, so we have to limit it by 1, right? Because the question requires instructor with the most courses, so for that very reason I'm limiting it by 1. So guys, this is what we have. Next we are to compute the average course duration per category wise average course duration. So again, this is from the clean courses table. So over here I can simply say category wise round of average duration of average duration in hours, and then I'm rounding it up to 2 decimal places as the average duration from the clean courses, and then I have to group it by the category. So whatever column other than non-aggregate which we have, which we are let's say mentioning in the select query, has to be present in the group by query. That is the essential rule for applying the group by. So guys, यहाँ तक हमने implement कर लिया है. So this is the average duration per category of the course. So the next problem statement that we have over here is, I need to find the average content duration per course. So this was category wise average duration hours. Next we have to identify average content duration per course. So over here I'm using the course ID, then I'm rounding it up to let's say this is duration in minutes. I'm rounding it up to 2 decimal places as the average content duration from the clean course content, right? So over here I'm utilizing the clean course content, and then I'm grouping it by the course ID. So course ID wise round average duration in minutes up to 2 decimal places as average content duration. So let's run this. So guys, if I were to run this, what am I getting over here? Over here I'm getting the course ID, average content duration. So for each course ID, this is the average content duration, right? This is the average content duration for each of the course ID, and this is the average duration in minutes, right? So average content duration, maybe in the bracket I can mention minutes. So guys, this is what we have. Next अगर हम देखें, so I need to identify the course engagement rate. So average completion per course, average completion percentage per course. So इसके लिए we not just need only one table, but we need to deal with multiple tables, right? So clean courses हम already हमने देखा हुआ है. Besides this, we need to go through clean course content and clean video analytics. So let's have a look at these two tables. So if you look at clean course content, so over here we do have the content ID, then we have the course ID, then the module number, then we have the title, then we have the duration in minutes, and then we have the content type. And if we look at clean student feedback, so we have the feedback ID, the course ID, then we have the student ID, next we have the rating, then we have the review text, and then we have the feedback date. And इसके बाद अगर हम देखें, so next we have in clean video analytics, we have the content ID, then we do have the student ID, फिर watch duration है हमारे पास total in minutes, and then we have the total duration in minutes, and then the completion percentage, and then we have the last watched. So having seen these three tables, the last three, clean course content, clean student feedback, and clean video analytics, next we can proceed to solve the question number. I guess it was question number 9 or 10. Yes, it was question number 8. It was question number 8. So over here I need to find course engagement rate, average completion percentage. So this average completion percentage is present in the video analytics part, right? So over here I'm writing c dot course id, c dot course id. Over here c is referring to the clean courses table. I've aliased it as c, and then I'm rounding the completion percentage. Completion percentage I fetched from v. V is the alias name for the clean video analytics table as the average completion. So course id wise, the let's say average completion percentage, I'm rounding it off up to 1 decimal places from clean courses c. Why have I let's say combined it with let's say clean course content? Because even over here we can combine the c dot course id with cc dot course id. I'm only interested in the course id for which even clean course content means course content data is also available, and the video analytics data is also available for all the courses which are present in the clean courses. That is why there was a need to combine it with the clean course content as well. So I'm grouping it by the course id from the table clean courses, and then I'm ordering it by the average percentage into the descending order. So let's see the result. So guys, for C2 it is 100%, C1 it is 100%, C16 100%, and besides that the average percentage is declining. So we have 3 courses with 100% course completion. Next, I want to find the student retention metric, count of students watching greater than 80% content per course. All right, so I want to find the students who have watched 80% content per course. So how can we solve this? Over here we have written select course id, then count of distinct student id as the engaged students from this is the table, and from over here I'm selecting cc dot course id. Next I'm writing v dot student id, then v dot completion percentage, clean video analytics v, and then I'm joining it with clean course content cc. So what is the common column? cc over here refers to the clean code course content, and v over here is the alias name for clean video analytics. So I'm joining it on v dot content id, which is same as cc dot content id. This is the common column. So I need to ensure that the percentage completion is greater than 80 as was the required by the question. So this, because this is an subquery in the from clause, so I need to pass some let's say name. So I'm passing dt as the derived table, and I'm grouping it by the course id. So over here I'm counting the course and student id wise. Course wise, count of distinct student id, right? So let's run this. So guys, from the course id, this is the number of engaged students. All right, so student wise retention metric, count of students watching 80% per course. So this is the result that we have. The next question that we have is feedback volume trend over time. So over here I'm simply using the clean student feedback. So date format I'm converting it to, so this is simply year and month wise count of feedback, right? This is year and month wise count of feedback. So I'm converting the feedback date from the original YYYY MMDD format to only percentage y and month. So this would be the year and month. I'm calling it year and month, and group by year month, and even order by year month. So let's see this. So this is what I'm getting for 2025-03 we have 71, for 2025-04 we have 79, right? So this is the data that we have. Next we'll be proceeding to the questions that involves content engagement and the instructor analysis. So over here I want to know what is the most watched video content by average watch duration. So for this, over here I'll be using the video analysis, because most watched duration is present in the video analysis table. So over here I'll be utilizing the content ID, and then I'm rounding the watch duration in minutes up to 1 decimal places as the average watch time. And then over here I do have from clean video analytics group by the content ID. I'm grouping it by the content ID, and I'm ordering it by the average watch duration in the descending, and then I'm limiting it by 5. So limiting by 5 means I want to find the top 5. So it can be top 7, it can be top n. Currently this is the result, right? So because I've taken the average, so this is the result that I'm getting. Maybe instead of top 5 I can fetch the top 10. So these are the top content wise average watch duration, right, for the top 10. Next I want to find the number of modules per courses. So for that, over here I'm using select course id, and then count star as total modules from the clean course content group by the course ids. So this would give me module number of modules per course. So for course id 26 there is just two modules. For 27 one module, so maybe I can arrange it in the descending order, right? So at the max we have 2 modules per courses. So that was a pretty easy question. Next we have the instructor average course duration. What is instructor wise average course duration, right? So we need to use the instructor table and the courses table. So over here I'm using I dot instructor id, where I is the alias name from the clean instructors table, and then I dot name, then I'm using round average. C dot duration hours, right? C dot duration hours is referring to course duration hours. The C over here indicates the clean courses table, and I'm rounding it off up to 2 decimal places, and I'm aliasing it as the average duration. So instructor ID and name wise the average duration. From clean instructors I join clean courses C. So I need to join instructors and the courses. So based on the course ID, right? So I dot instructor ID, based on the instructor ID we can join, not the course ID. So for each of the course we do have the I dot instructor ID that matches with I dot C dot instructor ID, and then I'm grouping it by the instructor ID and the name, and then I'm let's say ordering it by the average duration that I've rounded off over here. तो जब हमने इसको run किया, this is the result that I'm getting. So we can ignore let's say the name, all right, but for these instructors this is the average duration that we have. Next I need to find out the longest and the shortest course by duration. So longest and the shortest course by duration, so maybe I need the longest course, so top and longest course, and n would be 1, and the bottom is let's say the shortest course, all the list of shortest course, and I'll be limiting it to 1. So over here first I'm extracting the let's say course ID and title wise duration hours from clean courses order by duration hours in the descending order. So course ID and title wise duration hours in the descending order, this, and I'm limiting it by 1. So what would this return? This is simply going to return course ID and title wise total durations, right? This is the total duration in hours, and the total duration that we get to see over here is 2 hours. All right, यहाँ पे हमारे पास 2 hours मिल रहा है. Then if I were to execute this, so this is the course duration. Select course ID, title, and duration hours from the clean courses where the duration hours is not null, because maybe the minimal was null, so I've used the duration hours is not null, right? Then I'm ordering it by the duration hours in the ascending order, and then I'm limiting this to 1. So when I'm limiting this to 1, so I'm only getting one course which is in the descending order of the duration, right? Next, because I'm using the union, so I'll be combining these two tables. यहाँ पे हमने इन दोनों tables को combine किया है. So because of the union, even it will generate the duplicates, all the duplicates as well, because I've used the union all. So this is the course ID and title wise duration in hours, right? यहाँ तक हमारे पास result आ गया. Next, we have to identify the duplicate course titles. So this is the one of the simplest query. So over here I can simply say select title count as occurrences from clean courses group by title where the occurrences is greater than 1. So guys, we just have one course, let's say with 2 occurrences, which is let's ignore the title. That is we do have some gibberish title. Now for let's say the 16th question, the problem statement that we have is, I want to find the feedbacks that mention the specific keyword difficult. What are the feedback that mention the keyword as difficult? So over here I'm writing select star from clean student feedback from lower review text like difficult, right? So इसको अगर हम run करें, so what do we get? This is the one feedback ID where we do have the word difficult. So this is the feedback ID, this is the course ID, this is the student ID, then the rating, the review text, and the feedback date. So this is what we have. Next, अगर हम इसके बाद देखें, so we have instructor feedback average across all the courses. So if we check this, so over here, यहाँ पे हम क्या कर सकते हैं? Over here I'm writing select I dot instructor ID, I dot name, then I'm rounding it off up to average F rating, comma 2 as average feedback from the clean instructors I, join clean courses. Now to solve this question, I'm using let's say 3 tables, right? So instructor feedback average across all the courses, I dot instructor ID, I dot name. So I'm rounding the rating from the feedback rating up to 2 decimal places as the average feedback from the clean instructors I. From clean courses C on I dot instructor ID, where the instructor ID from the instructors table matches the instructor ID from the courses table, and then I'm joining it with the student feedback F on C dot course ID that matches with F dot course ID, and then I'm grouping it by instructor ID and the name. So guys, जब हमने इसको run किया, this is what I'm getting, instructor ID and the name of the instructor wise the average feedback. So this is what we have. The next question that we have is to rank courses by feedback volume within category. So this is a lengthy question. Let's understand this. So over here I'm writing select course ID, category, title, feedback, and count. I have to rank the courses by feedback volume, right? How many let's say count of number of feedbacks, उसके basis पे हमें rank करना है. So over here I'm using course ID, category, title, and feedback count के basis पे. I'm using the rank function over partition by category. So over here I'm partitioning it by category, and then I'm ordering it by the feedback count. So feedback count is what I'll be considering as the फीडबैक वॉल्यूम, एंड इसका नाम हमने यहाँ पे रखा है कैटेगरी रैंक, and then from. So I'm fetching this from a subquery, and the subquery contains select course id, then category, then title wise count of the total feedback id, जिसको हमने order by feedback count लिया है, that is the count of feedback id as the feedback count, and then from clean courses c, इसको हमने कहाँ से collect किया, we have collected it from the clean courses alias c, and then I'm let's say applying the left join on the clean student feedback f on c dot course id that matches with the f dot course id. And then because हमने aggregation किया है, so we have to use these columns which are present in select also in the group by clause. So over here I'm writing group by c dot course id, then c by category, and c by c dot title, and इस let's say derived table का हमने नाम रखा है rank. So let's run this. So guys, course id and category and title wise the feedback count and the category rank. Alright, so this is the category rank per course id and the category, per course id, category and title. So ये हमारा rank आ रहा है, right? So this is how we have obtained the results. The next question that we have is instructor with the highest rated course per instructor. So इसके लिए what have we done? So over here I'm using let's say select course ratings. Select course ratings with course ratings also I've used CTE, where I'm using the select c dot instructor id, c dot course id, c dot title, then I'm rounding it off up to average f rating comma 2. So 2 decimal places तक हमने इसको round off किया है. Alright, these are the columns that I'm selecting, and this is the rounding off part. From the clean courses C, join student feedback f on c dot course id is equal to f dot course id group by instructor c dot course and title. So यहाँ से यहाँ तक अगर हम अलग से भी run करें, so this is what I'm getting. Alright, this is instructor course id and title wise the average rating, and then this is the first table which is the course rating, and then I'm using the let's say then I'm using the ranked courses. So over here what I'm using, over here I'm using select star, then row number over partition by instructor id, order by average rating descending as let's say as rn from course ratings. This is my ranked courses from the course ratings, and then I'm over here I'm using select instructor id, course id, title and average rating from the ranked courses where the rank is 1. So इसको अगर हम रन करते हैं, so let's see what do we obtain. यहाँ पे हमें मिल रहा है इंस्ट्रक्टर विद द हाईएस्ट रेटेड कोर्स, राइट? किस इंस्ट्रक्टर का हाईएस्ट रेटेड कोर्स कौन सा है विद द करस्पॉन्डिंग एवरेज रेटिंग. So guys, next इसके बाद अगर हम देखें, so next question that we are solving over here is this. Over here I need to identify courses with 100% average completion. So how am I solving it? Over here I'm writing select course id from select course id, then round average v completion percentage comma 1 as the average percentage from clean courses C. Join clean courses content cc on c dot course id is which should match with cc dot course id. Then again I'm joining it with clean video analytics v on cc dot content id is equal to v dot content id, and then I'm grouping it by the c dot course id, right? So इसको हमने यहाँ पे join कर लिया. So we have joined the 3 tables, and I'm setting this as the alias name of this table as t. चलो इसको dt रख लेते हैं. What is the requirement? I need to check if the let's say if it is 100% completed. I need to check if the course is 100% completed. So उसके लिए हमने यहाँ पे लिखा है where the percentage completion is 100%. So there are only 3 courses. कौन कौन से courses हैं? We have C2, C1 and C16. The next question that we can solve over here is I need to find the top 3 most active student number by the feedbacks given. So over here I'm writing select student ID comma count star as the feedbacks given from clean student feedback group by student, and then next I'm ordering it by the feedbacks given in the descending order, and then I'm limiting it by 3 because question में top 3 की requirement पूछा था. So guys, अगर हम इसको run करें, so what do we obtain? For the student ID ST1045 the feedbacks given is 6, for student ID 1024 the feedbacks given is 6, and for the student ID ST1005 again the feedbacks given is 6. So guys, जो next question है हमारा वो ये है. Okay, the question that we have over here is find the percentage of course content completed by each student. So इसके लिए हमने क्या किया है? Over here I'm writing select student ID, then I'm rounding off some watch duration minutes upon some total duration minutes into 100 comma 2. So this is simply my completion percentage, right? From clean video analytics, and then I'm grouping it by the student ID. इसको फिर हम student ID से group कर रहे हैं, right? So let's run this. So guys, student ID wise the percentage completion. So guys, over here we have discussed n number of metrics. All right, okay, let's have a look at the one last question. So I want to identify the instructor who joined earliest. So maybe what I can do over here I can simply write, यहाँ पे हम simply ये लिख सकते हैं select star from clean instructors order by joined on, and ascending and limit 1. So this is the instructor INI Troy Campbell. Let's say the expertise being React, this is the, let's say, email, and then this is the earliest joined instructor. So guys, we have seen in this session how to work on different KPIs based on the clean data that we have extracted from the till the previous session. So guys, that brings us to the end of this session. So I'm switching to the PPT. So guys, in this session, we have written, let's say, SQL queries for query project data analysis, and we have written the SQL queries for the KPI reporting as well. So in the next session, we shall be, let's say, exporting these files into Excel and Power Query, and we'll be creating, let's say, the final data that will be ready for that will be dashboard ready, and we'll be, let's say, submitting the project and the business summary as well. Thank you.